Hi all, how you doing? Hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. So I think there's quite a lot of confusion. Well, I'm definitely confused about the ETFs anyway, whether they're going to be spot ETFs and what kind of ETFs they're going to be. And it seems like confusion reigns, and I think that's why the price kind of dumped a little bit last night. They kind of said that the ETFs was definitely penciled in now for January the 10th. But then I also saw a lot of Twitter news saying this isn't going to be a spot ETF. Okay, so let's just have a look at this article anyway that was written on December the 14th. So I think this is what all the hoo-ha is about the SEC and BlackRock and all that, having lots of behind the scenes meetings and stuff like that, because it's the kind of ETF that it's going to be. Okay, so Bitcoin ETF applicants will have to bend the knee on cash redemption model. The SEC is pushing Bitcoin ETF issuers down the cash create route for creation and redemptions, but BlackRock has other ideas. As spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund ETF issuers iron out details of their filings with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, the regulator appears steadfast in demanding a cash redemption model instead of an alternative model proposed by other issuers such as BlackRock. On December the 14th, finance lawyer Scott Johnson said that ETF applicants Invesco and Galaxy became the latest to bend the knee to using a cash creation and redemption model for their ETF. I think everyone is going to have to bend the knee, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the trust expects that creation and redemption transaction will take place initially in cash. So, okay, the federal regulator has seemingly been pushing for a cash redemption model for spot Bitcoin ETFs, but some applicants, including BlackRock, have proposed using an in-kind model. So these are the kind of two different ETF models that are kind of being proposed, and this is what all the hoo-ha is about, I think. Okay, so what's the difference? And this is where I'm trying to get my head around it. So I'm no expert on this by all means, okay? So an ETF can create and redeem shares in two ways: cash creation or redemption, and in-kind creation or redemption. A cash creation model is one where the authorized participant deposits cash in the ETF equivalent to the net asset value of the creation units to be created. The fund then uses this cash to purchase the underlying asset, such as Bitcoin. So it seems like if you put cash in, then you're still going to buy Bitcoin from that cash. So that to me sounds like a good thing. Okay, you know, if you have to buy Bitcoin, that's going to make. So we're talking about a good thing, as in the price of Bitcoin is going to go up. Okay, that's the way I see that. Anyway, so I mean that feels like cash creation is like a spot ETF, but I don't know. It's not. It's not the same as a spot ETF. So this is where I'm kind of struggling. So anyone in the comments kind of let me know. Now, for in-kind creations, a participant deposits a basket of securities matching the composition and weighting of the ETF's portfolio. This allows the fund to issue creation units to the investor without immediately selling the securities for cash. Okay, so I think this is more like futures kind of thing and issuing paper and stuff like that for stuff. IOUs almost, I think. Okay. This model is seen as more efficient for ETFs as it avoids bid-ask spreads and broker commissions from selling the basket to raise cash for issuing shares. However, cash creation provides more flexibility for fund participants. Explaining the difference to an ex-user, Safebar said the cash model leads to slightly wider spreads, potential tax inefficiencies. It'll be better than anything currently available on the TradFi rails. So, I don't know. Let's have a look what other people say. So here on Summit Kapoor says, some folks are saying that SEC will not approve the BTC spot ETF. Here are some key takeaways that indicate spot ETF's approval. BlackRock has almost a perfect approval rate. A US judge stated there is no valid reason for the SEC to reject Grayscale. In just a few months, 13 spot ETF applications have been submitted. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it is it 13 spot ETFs, okay, or is it just 13 Bitcoin ETFs? I mean, these sort of differences, these sort of nuances are kind of important. Unlike before, the SEC is delaying deadlines instead of outright rejecting them. Okay. Regular meetings are happening between the SEC and every BTC spot ETF applicant. Yeah, he keeps using the word BTC spot. I don't know if it is I don't know. Changes are made to spot ETF listings after these meetings. Advertisements for multiple BTC spot ETFs from the applicants have appeared online. The SEC recently had a meeting with all BTC spot ETF applicants. Yeah, I mean, it could just be gathering together to get the story right. So they're all singing from the same hymn sheet, as it were. Interesting. All this is happening very close to the January 10th deadline. Well, it's not going to happen after it. Okay, because that January 10th is actually a deadline put in by the courts, I think. So something has to happen on before January the 10th. All of these things make it seem like the BTC ETF might actually get approved by the SEC. Even though people are talking a lot about the BTC spot ETF approval, there are still a lot of things we don't know for sure. It's smart to carefully look at everything before making any decisions. Max Kaiser said, good news, we're looking into a Bitcoin ETF to list here in El Salvador that will allow BTC in and BTC out. This will be a unique product in the world. All 13 BTC ETFs waiting for listing in the US are cash in, cash out, just fiat versions of Bitcoin. So let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, last night I basically sold everything and then it all kind of dipped. So I did okay last night. I probably saved myself sort of 10% or something. Well, I'll probably be buying back in again kind of thing. But I thought this news was kind of bad. It felt like the spot ETF going around on Twitter, it felt like the spot ETF wasn't coming as far as I could see. But I don't know. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think anyway.